I've seen over 5,000 CVs, interviewed hundreds of people and ended up hiring dozens of them. These are my 5 top key tips for going into a job interview. And wait till the very end to hear my absolute golden rule for it. We had someone literally take a phone call in an interview once. Yeah, it turned up 20 minutes late. Almost pointless going through the interview, really. First up, make sure whether you're doing the interview online or in person that you have your phone and notifications turned off.
Must you be forever dialing that phone?
It's an absolute red flag if any of those go off. Secondly, you're bound to be nervous, even if it's for a job you're not sure you want. Everyone suffers from imposter syndrome at some point in their careers. Let them talk a lot at the beginning, because what you should remember about a job interview is that really it's a job conversation. They also have to impress you to want to go and work there. Third, best way to mitigate any nervousness is to do your research beforehand. So check out the company website. Do they have a blog? Do they have a podcast? And also referencing this in potential answers makes a massive difference as well. Fourthly, think about your experiences that you've got, whether it's at school, whether it's at university. Think about all the different things that you've done and how you're proudest of them, and think about how you might relate them into interview questions. Lots of interviews do go through quite a similar formula. Give us an example of when you've worked in a team. Give us an example of when you weren't very good at something and you overcame it. Give us an example of something that you've done outside the box, or some terrible cliched phrase like that. We're all guilty of asking them at some points. Think about the things that you've done in both personal and professional that you can bring to the fore for those kind of standard interview questions. And fifthly and finally, my golden rule for being interviewed is make sure that you've got questions to ask at the end, because this is a massive opportunity to demonstrate the research and the relevant experience that you've done. Almost every interview will say at the end, "Have you got any questions for us?" It is an enormous red flag if people say, "Oh, no, that's everything." Because not only is it your opportunity to learn a bit more about the company and the role, but it's also an opportunity to show how much that you want it, that you've been asking these questions. Take, for example, the man filming this. Sonny asked me when I interviewed him, "What advice would you give to the person who's about to start this job?" It was a great question, and it was a little bit of a trick question because it meant I gave him a good answer, and now he looks after all of our YouTube videos. We interview some of the biggest names in the country on Jimmy's Jobs of the Future, and I can tell you they all get a little bit nervous beforehand, and I still get nervous interviewing them as well. It is not unusual to be nervous before any type of interview.